get your family members into this world?
Not day trading.
Not day trading, but investing.
Oh yeah.
Nah. I tried telling my brother, he doesn't want to do it, and my sister's not going to listen to me.
I tried getting one of my coworkers to buy Bitcoin.
Did he do it?
No, he's scared.
That's so crazy, huh?
I want to show you guys. I've been working on like a presentation to get people interested in investing, and I actually wrote like an entire presentation down, and I'm working on a PowerPoint for it. But my sister, when she came to visit, she was interested, and she was like, "Oh, I want you to explain to me why I should be doing this." So she's already had some interest of her own, but she didn't know anything. And then I gave her my presentation that I specifically like geared towards a rookie or someone who really doesn't know about this world, but I'm trying to convince them. And I think it like really worked out where she was like, "Oh, like I didn't think of the world like that. Like I didn't think of saving like that." And one of the lines that helped me is a quote that I took from Ian, where he said, "Your own personal saving process is never going to outpace the S&P 5, or it's never going to outpace the market." And then that's when I was like, so you just got to look. So I was convincing them, like, I just want you to look at this as a savings account. And then I explain to them the term compound interest and how that works, and how they can look at that. And then explain to them why I trusted the companies that I trust, that I invest in monthly, or at least try to invest in as much as I can at the lows. And for my sister, she was like convinced. She was like, "Oh shit! Like you explained this to me in a way I never saw it." Like, and like kind of some of the stuff we were saying earlier in the first video I recorded today, where a negative comment or a negative feeling makes you not want to continue looking into it. Or like I needed to not take your guys' feedback the wrong way so that I can actually use it for what it's useful for, like good critique. And in doing so, like I was explaining to my sister, like you guys got to save for this reason, and don't think of it as like, because I think we Latinos have this old mindset of it's just the government trying to fuck us over, and it's like no, like, let me explain to you that that's not what's going on. This is just something we've never learned how to take advantage of because we don't know about this education. And it's crazy because I explained it to her, she sold, and then I kind of started explaining to my mom that I had that conversation with my sister, which led my mom to be somewhat interested. She's always been against all that. And then just yesterday I hit her up and she was like, "Hey, explain to me what happened in the market this week." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I heard all these companies went down." And I'm assuming she was talking about Nvidia. And I was like, "Damn, like that's tight that you're interested." And I was like, I could explain that perfectly for you.
You know what you should do? Put $1,000 into Bitcoin and then just show your family your returns versus $1,000 in a savings account for a bank. Because I had 1,000. I remember, dude, when I had like my first 1,000 in Chase savings. A month later, I had like a penny in interest.
Yep.
I was like, "What the fuck? Are you serious? A penny? Crazy."
I kind of went over the trade from yesterday already. Yeah. But I did want to point this out to you guys with TradingView, because I did this yesterday when I found out about it, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy." Can you guys see TradingView?
No.
What's sharing?
You get to pick a screenshot.
Where the fuck is my... Can you see?
Yeah. It went away again. There it is.
Okay. So if you go in TradingView, you could, what's the word they used? So see how here it says Bitcoin to the US dollar? This is basically allowing you to compare Bitcoin versus the US dollar. So if you were to go SPY to the DXY, US dollar, it's going to show you how the growth of SPY versus the dollar is. So obviously, the growth of SPY. What?
It compares them?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, me neither. So
What
you could
the?
see here when you're comparing SPY to the US dollar, SPY just grows, 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 grows. Whereas if you compare the dollar to SPY, EXY to SPY, the value of the dollar is going down. See, the
Whoa,
dollar just dropping, dropping, dropping. And that's because we keep printing money. So the dollar value goes down the more we print money. So then the guy was like, now compare Apple to Bitcoin, Apple to BTC. And you're going to see that the value of Apple is actually going down versus the value of Bitcoin. And that's just because Bitcoin outgrows anything besides one that, oh wait, did it do BTC? Oh yeah, it did do BTC. So then if you do like say SPY to BTC, it's also going to be going down.
wait. So
And
the first ticker you put is the one. Does it matter with every with?
yeah, it matters. So SPY being compared to BTC, dollar being compared to BTC. Whereas if you
Oh,
do
okay.
BTC being compared to the dollar, it's going to be going up. Or if you do, how is BTC doing against Apple? It's going to be going up because BTC is value is going up versus the value of Apple.
God
Obviously, Apple is
damn,
still good, but because Bitcoin grows so much, nothing really outpaces Bitcoin. And the
dude.
only thing that does, like if you do XRP to Bitcoin, it's going to be going down because it's not outpacing Bitcoin. There is a little push here, but it's not outpacing Bitcoin. Or if you do SPY to Bitcoin, it's still not going to outpace Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just outgrowing everything. But the one
Holy shit.
he was like, any shitcoin is not gonna outpace Bitcoin. And he was like, let's see Solana. And then this was the only one that is having growth compared to Bit. Like, not that it's outpacing it, but it is growing. Did you realize how anything I would put against Bitcoin was on the down, going on the downtrend?
Yeah,
Where this one, it was going on the downtrend at one point, but now it's starting to go on an uptrend. So
dude.
Solana
Okay, great
is
stuff.
the only crypto that is having some growth in comparison to Bitcoin. And I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Even Nvidia to Bitcoin is going down.
So are you gonna looking at Solana now or what?
I mean, not really, but it did catch my attention. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. Even like Ethereum to Bitcoin is going down.
Dude, what's up with Ethereum?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Let that shit go down,
I
bro.
haven't heard.
But this blew my mind. I was like, what the I wish they had one for like real estate to Bitcoin. That would be sick.
Dude, you're making me want to buy Bitcoin. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm telling you, the shit I've been seeing about it, like there's even small little communities in like fuck, I forgot the country, but it was like a Latin American country that has no
Salvador?
they like live huh?
El Salvador?
No, it was like a small like they live up in the mountains. Like they have no internet, they have no way of like connecting to the internet world. So they ended up getting them Starlink internet service, and they gave a few of the ladies because most of the men are out working, so they gave a few of the ladies cell phones access to bank accounts. So they were like, how do we get them to like be able to buy things here if they can't go to if they want to go get money to buy something, they have to drive like 3 hours to go to their nearest bank to pull out money to then go back to their village and buy shit. So they gave them cell phones like to the community, and they don't really have like Facebook or internet like that, but they're using Starlink to be able to send Bitcoin to each other. And
Damn.
that's how they're making their like little economy there grow because the ladies were taught how to use Bitcoin, and send it to each other, and they said that's like been game changer for them because now they're able to sell things to each other and not have to drive 3 hours to go to the bank.
That's crazy.
And I was like, okay, this is happening with Bitcoin, but what other crypto is doing this with little communities? And I couldn't find documentaries that really showed it in the way they were showing this Bitcoin one. And I was just like, that just blows my mind how like they're using it in a functional way and it's beneficial to them, but that's not like put out to the mainstream.
And this is only one country. Imagine all of them, all the like isolated countries.
Exactly. And another thing I was seeing yesterday was they were saying that right now, old men who are millionaires and just have a shitload of money, they don't like to be risky with their money. So they're not gonna go put $50,000 in Bitcoin and then transfer it to their ledger, and they're not gonna go through that whole process right now. So by having Bitcoin ETFs, they're still not gonna instantly put 50,000 into or 1 million into a Bitcoin ETF. But as their financial advisors, uh, because that's who they trust their money with, financial advisors. They're like, okay, put my money where it needs to go so that it grows. But as their financial advisors continue to like push them towards the idea of like, oh, maybe you should have like 1% or 5% in Bitcoin. Then they're going to start to see, okay, Bitcoin is growing. They're still not going to buy a ledger and transfer it and do like them themselves as old men, they're not going to be willing to do that. So by having a Bitcoin ETF that exists and that they can buy into, now the hedge fund has to have this ownership of Bitcoin so that when these old rich men start buying into the ETF, they can support that buying of the Bitcoin. So they need to buy massive amount of Bitcoin in order to support more buying of the Bitcoin ETF. And
Some
that's
Bitcoin,
what's good.
some Bitcoin ETFs don't even hold Bitcoin, so you just gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, they were even giving they gave two Bitcoin ETFs that they were like, this is like the main Bitcoin ETFs you should be buying.
Is it
But
IBIT?
yeah, IBIT, and then one was with the F. I forgot
F?
that one.
Oh yeah, I remember. I know that one.
Those two are the ones they were like, those are the ones that like these old millionaire, billionaire white men are gonna be buying into.
Damn.
But yeah, just this idea of like what's growing against uh Bitcoin, like SPY to BTC is what blew my. I was like, that's crazy.
How do you guys feel about having Bitcoin in your long-term portfolio, but mixed with stocks?
That's kind of
Like,
what I'm doing right
like,
now.
like it. Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah, I got my
'Cause-
Apple, Microsoft, and Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Because I heard from someone a long ass time ago. I don't even remember who it was, but it was like someone on YouTube probably that said you shouldn't have crypto and stocks in the same portfolio. So that's what I've been like. I just had that in the back of my mind the whole time. That's why I haven't been buying crypto on Robinhood. But I don't know if
Wait,
it
but
matters.
just send it to your ledger and you won't be in the same portfolio.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, if you wanted just to hold it, like in your Robinhood account, do you agree with that or no?
I think if you get up to 0.01 Bitcoin, you should have a ledger
Oh yeah.
because that's about $1,000 that you're sitting on if you have 0.01 right now. So I think once you get to like 1,000, like I don't just have it sitting in your Robinhood. So like say right now you're just putting $25 into Bitcoin every check or every month. Until you get to 0.01, then maybe transfer it over.
I have 2,000 waiting for Bitcoin right now, dude.
That's tight. But yeah, I think the way Bitcoin is growing, just overall, just like over a 5 year, 10 year span, um, the interview I was watching yesterday, I mean, obviously it's just speculation, but they were saying how they can see Bitcoin completely outpacing SPY, like in a large grand scale. And then when I seen it like this with this comparison, I was like, oh shit, that really is possible.
The
But
real goal is to own one BTC.
fuck yeah.
That's the
Fuck.
real goal.
I even did the math. If you own 0.01 of, I mean 0.1 of BTC and Bitcoin hits 1 million, you're like at, hold up, I had too many zeros. You're at $100,000.
How much is 0.1% though?
Depending on the
Like
price.
0.1.
0.1 is probably like 10,000 at this price.
Yeah, when you said
Oh, it's not bad.
you said 0.01
It's not.
first.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Because
have
1,000 is 0.01. So if you do 1,000 every time, that's $9,000 to get to 0.09. So then 10,000, that'd be 0.1.
Damn.
But that'd be like having to buy it now.
yeah. How much do you guys have of Bitcoin right now?
0.
0.01.
I got 0.018.
0.000.
Oh, I have 0.015 actually. Dude, I was looking though. I used to have 0.04. I was so pissed. I know. But I'm not even
Dude,
worried.
we bought
Like,
Bitcoin.
we're gonna catch up.
We bought Bitcoin at like 30,000. I remember.
I remember buying at 20, dude.
Yeah, dude. I remember 2021 when you showed us Robinhood where Bitcoin was at. Ah,
Let's not talk about that, guys.
This guy
know.
was saying though, you have to kind of like, he was like, most believers in Bitcoin, like they end up buying it and then they sell it and then they're like, fuck, I should have bought, I should have kept. And then that's when like you start building your conviction toward Bitcoin.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid the urge to sell. Because fuck, when those pullbacks happen, like those major ones, damn, it's fucking scary.
Yeah. Dude, Jed told me that on this pullback that recently happened, his account went down $80,000. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks crazy.
Hell yeah, that's so scary, dude.
And he was telling me in front of my sister, and my sister gave him a look like, what the fuck?
That's another thing. You don't tell your significant other that stuff.
Especially if they don't know.
Because
what's
remember,
going on.
dude, think about it. How we're saying we're scared, we know how the market works. They don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just going based off the numbers. If they're seeing that drawdown, 80% or whatever, 80,000, that's super scary to them.
Yeah.
It's
The
crazy.
look she gave him, I was like, oh, that's a death stare right there.
Oh yeah, dude. It's the same stare my sister gave Rigo and Reno. Oh shit.
That's basically it for me, though.
I'm gonna end this video because we didn't even talk about the day, the trading day.
No, I said we had gone over it in the morning. Like that was the first thing I talked about.
Oh yeah, so y'all don't want to do that one or go with this?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to review it,
I forgot that we
it
did.
was just the idea that
I just wanted to brag about my win, guys. All I'll say,
what was it?
no, I just took a win, but all I'll say is I started the month live trading with $400, and at the end of month one, I'm at $478.
Oh, MVP.
Trying out here, man.
Dude, remember we were like, get live, Eloy, get live.
I knew I was like, I'm waiting, guys. I know it's gonna happen, but I gotta wait.
Feeling it,
Damn,
dude.
you don't even have the chart to see your growth. How we do the trading journal.
Get that traders thing, dude.
I know I want that, but right now I'm just journaling it really well, where I journal all of that data on my own so I can read. So every morning of the day on my paper, I write how much I have in my account, and then every trade I write down how much I'm at after the trade.
Do you
Do
write
you
down the
have an
commissions and
Excel?
fees?
But what is it? When do I go first? What?
Well, I'm just wondering if do you add the commission and fees when you're journaling too?
I haven't done that yet, just because I don't know the exact the fee amount. But I just journal because the total that it shows you at the top of your account includes the fees. So I just journal right now how much I'm at, then how much I'm at after the trade, because it includes the
All right,
fees.
the commissions are 0.35, right? And then the fees are 0.52.
Yeah. So with one contract, you're always gonna pay $1.74.
Yes.
Okay, I just wrote that down.
But do you have this written in an Excel sheet, Eloy?
Yeah, I have all the data written that I want to put in the Excel sheet, but I haven't started doing that yet.
I would take a day just to do that
I have
and
that same
link
spreadsheet.
your what?
You showed me that spreadsheet, so I have that same one set up, and I started putting data on it months ago when you first showed it to me, but I haven't like filled it out currently with all the information from this month.
Yeah, I would do that just because you get to look at a chart like this, and I don't know, to me, looking at the chart kind of like helps me really see how I'm doing visually. Obviously, this shit is bad. Look at this. I was on a losing streak here, man.
I'm right there with you, dude. It's all good.
That's crazy. I hadn't experienced that in forever.
We'll bounce back. We'll bounce back.
But yeah, if you don't want to use the trading journal, I would definitely try to do this. It's helps visually to see how you're really doing.
Yeah, I got to do that. The paper trading one would be like that, be red, but since I gone live, I'm above water right now.
Loading. Loading. That's basically it. I mean, what was your trade on your winning trade?
I entered at 61.39. Oh yeah, because I erased the zero and put one, so 61.39, and then my target was 61.45.
Short?
At,
long?
at 7:46, and it was it was a long.
Oh shit, Eric, dude! I thought that was on my Discord. That tripped me the fuck out.
For what?
That little Discord sharing your screen thing. I was gonna press it to hide it. That tripped me up.
Oh, you could hide it. I didn't know that. 6:31, 7:40.
I entered at
39,
7:46.
you said?
Yeah, 61.39 was the entry.
What was your stop?
It was 61.40.
Wait, I thought you got long.
I know I did get long. I had actually entered a trade like a couple of minutes before that, and it got stopped, and then I entered right again after the stop because I saw it working. Like I guess my stop was set.
I do posting that.
And made 29 on that one.
Oh yeah. 7:45, and then you exited at around 8 something.
8:03. Yeah.
Like around. A supply?
Let me open my chart up.
Yeah, a 1 hour supply.
I exited, I believe so. Yeah, 8:03. Yep, I supply.
I mean, that was a clean trade. The pullback was nice.
Oh yeah. So to me, that was like a lot of context of being above BWAP, closing the gap, very close to the supply zone already. So I was like a little that to me before it was like a rally based rally. I was like, I think it wants to make it its way to the supply zone, and I just set the
Yeah.
risk to reward, and it worked out.
Did it have an outlier?
There was a buying outlier, yeah, earlier. I don't have it circled, but it was earlier in the day at like 61.38.
Yeah. The candle shows there was an aggressive buying there. The pullback was clean. I mean, yeah, that was a good trade. Just not at a key level, but it hit.
Yeah, so that was not a key level trade. It was more of like making its way to the key level. So I'm like, let me take advantage of that. If I think it's gonna make it to the 1 hour, that was my target. So I was like, all right, I can make this many points. Let me not risk this many points.
This is the stuff I was saying where like last year it would be like a few points away from a supply zone and it just would not hit the zone and then end up selling off. That's where like you have to really be aware of conditions. Just know that at in the current conditions levels are triggering, whereas there was a time last year where the levels weren't triggering as good. But right now it's working out.
Yeah, I remember y'all saying that a lot last year. So I definitely like you guys would say a lot, what was it, like my levels aren't hitting or other terms in those regards, and I was like, what does that mean? Like, so I'm sure I'm gonna see that when it starts happening.
Like I said, a key part to this move was market holding this 4 hour demand. So even I kind of when I was targeting pre-market high, I wanted to target up here, but then I remember Gabriel said he was getting greedy. So I was like, damn, he might be right. That might be me getting greedy too. So I exited. I probably
It's
should
because that
listen.
it's because I remember there that candle right there. There was a 2,000 lot buyer right there, and it wasn't
Yeah.
pushing up. So I was like, "Fuck, I don't know." And then it went down a little bit, and then it came back up to pre-market. I'm like, "Okay, I'm selling. Fuck this." And
Yeah,
then it
it was
skyrocketed.
took off. But that's just remember context wise, like when it's bouncing off a key level and heading toward the next key level, there may be an opportunity in the middle. You just have to really be aware that the probabilities are less in your favor, but it is possible of working out.
Type,
It's basically it.
basically.
Oh, also, I've been paying attention to what is the stronger instrument. So NQ on this day was the stronger instrument. It was up 60% when ES was up 56%. So seeing how NQ had broke the pre-market high was super key to my market context as to why I wanted to stick to my long idea. See here. Um yeah, here. NQ had broke pre-market high, and I was like, okay, if NQ can stay above pre-market high, longs on ES can still work even though we have this supply zone here. And sure enough, it pushed up. And then when I had got stopped out initially, uh NQ held above pre-market high. So I was like, okay, this still has a chance of working out long. So contextually, NQ helped me because it was a stronger instrument, seeing it break resistance. Now, if NQ was the weaker instrument, I would want to see on a pullback, uh, NQ hold some kind of support because then that would be a potential sign that ES will hold support as well.
Even if NQ
And
is the weaker instrument.
yeah, because when NQ is the weaker instrument, you want to see it hold support. When NQ is the stronger instrument, you want to see it break resistance.
Oh, okay, got it. Damn, that was a gem right there.
That was something I learned from Dylan. He says it a lot, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was like, I need to start looking at that because it works a lot.
Oh, man.
So
He must look at the
going
charts
into
crazy.
going into next week, I would try to put some slight emphasis on that.
Sounds good.
But next week's February, so new month.
Yep. 2 contracts each, everyone.
I'm trying.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get there, but I gotta be patient.
I just want to keep focused. I feel like in January, I focused on collecting the data. Now I want to focus on executing my setup based off of the data I collected. So that means 1,000 lots only in key levels, unless it's bouncing off a key level. I knowingly, with less probability, may take a move if it's not at my key level, but it's heading toward a key level and bouncing or rejecting a key level already. I hope that made sense. Kind of sounded confusing.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
I'm gonna need these.
It's
views.
more just like where's the market coming from? Is it coming from a key level? And where is it going? Is it going to a key level? And then also remembering that what news is coming for the week and just be conscious of conditions for the day.
Sounds good. What are you guys gonna work on next week?
Really?
Definitely still no more than 2 trades, and I don't know. Like I that's part of like the bad thing about having a good week. It's like, well, what do I got to work on? But I got to figure out.
Everything is perfect.
I gotta find shit to work on. I know I gotta find. I'd rather fail. Like I said, I want to fail so I can have shit to work on. So
I would say just get better at journaling your losses when they do happen.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And do that thing Eric did. Find the mistakes and the winners too. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna write that. What about you guys?
Yeah, I gotta work. I'm working on holding my targets. Try not to take outliers in middle of ranges. And then I set hold to my target. That's pretty much it, I think. For right now.
Yeah. I like that holding to my target. That's definitely something I need to improve on for sure. And just being aware of the risk to reward, like knowing what my target is. I feel like that I still lack a bit.
Yeah. And then just market context in general, I just always need to work on that. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I think I just need to repeat what I did this week, but execute on the ideas. I mean, this month. That's it for me.
We got it.
All right. Enjoy the weekend.
Another Market Saturdays in the books.
That's right. All right, guys. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.